been a long time. So I'll give it to you.
Shouldn't have left you.
Yeah.
Without a dope beat to step two.
Step two to step two.
Step two. Step two.
Flicky, flicky.
This is ILNL. Welcome back. Can you believe it? The world completely shut down. This is ILNL. Man, it's been a very long time since I've seen all of y'all faces.
I just realized I didn't do a sound check. Is that a problem?
It's all right. We're good. No.
Because I've been sitting here, I'm like, wait. I
did.
literally just adjusted the mic. I'm
I
like,
did.
this was over
I did
there.
everything. We're good. We're
Oh,
good.
sweet.
Right.
Okay.
See, we don't need you.
I'll go home then.
That's a shame. All right. Tim here. Chico,
Hi.
back in the building. Kristen, welcome back. Let's just move your mic a little bit to you. There you go. All right. And Chris,
He did everything.
in
right.
the void. I didn't. Well, I can't. Yeah. Whatever. We're back.
You have a really cool background.
I
by
know.
the way.
I love his.
When you see it, you're gonna be like, "This is one of the best ones we've done."
I
I trust your judgment.
Well,
you chose
Yeah.
this one, so
yeah, this is one
This
that you
one-
did a while ago. Don't worry about it. It's been a long time. We shouldn't have left you.
yeah, you did actually have that one once before.
Yeah.
Mine?
No,
No. The
you
one
had
that we
the
used
one
for Chris.
Chris had once before.
Oh,
Don't worry about it. It's all good.
I'll find out later.
it's a clone?
All right. So
I feel like we might need a speaker for Chris because I can barely hear you back there. It's not even you.
no,
on
it's
the
not
mic.
you. It's just
we
it's
can't
just,
hear you.
You're
'cause
in the
of-
void.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
and the
Yeah.
things going off.
Sorry. We'll have to figure to get you closer. We'll figure all that out. Okay.
No problem.
Enough of this, because we. Okay. So there's a couple of changes that we're doing.
You're excited.
I am.
I know.
God, I have
It's
not.
like
I haven't seen
Like
you
somebody
guys.
flipped us.
Still.
Once he said this is ILNL, switch flipped.
Dude, I have not. I have not seen flip Philadelphia. Okay, that's a it's Sunny reference. No one's gonna get it. All
It's
right.
always sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. With all of that being said, okay. So here's a couple of
Never
changes.
watched the show.
So one of the things we wanted to do was really start to talk about some things because it's really important for us to kind of be entertaining, but also to kind of bring you like the cool stuff. So we thought we are going to do something kind of cool and talk about some of the things that's happening in the week, and also just have some like fun banter and all that good stuff. We're still doing, everything that we do.
with the banter.
Yeah, but we're getting a little witty with it. So it's going to be interesting.
Getting witty with it.
All right, so are we ready to do this?
Yes, sir.
All right.
No.
First time
mean
back.
no?
Here we go.
Oh, but okay.
The page looks different. So
Uh-oh.
Facebook did an update.
It's broken.
So we're not going to say anything bad about it because we don't know how everything's changed. But Facebook has changed the way everything looks
Why does it look like that?
because they wanted to do a new update, and that's what it is. So it is what it is. But it's not a bad thing yet. There are some features that are different, and we're going to work with it. So if things are a little different than what you used to, we're making the adjustment too. It is 2020, and nothing is the same. All right.
I'm laughing at the
That's
fact that
true.
you are anticipating something going wrong. Because you said
You
there's,
remember
there's
what
nothing
happened-
wrong with it yet.
It's 2020.
You remember what happened last
That is
time
the
when like
thing.
everything just completely shut down and we like disappeared.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm saying.
Pretty much expect anything.
Oh yeah. So all right, here we go. So first things first. We want to give like the biggest shout out to Chadwick Boseman. As everyone knows, especially by now, of his sudden passing, and it's just been crazy to be in the space where one of our now most infamous and iconic characters that ever came to film gone before we had a chance to really soak him in.
Yeah.
So we wanted to start off the show with that. I know there's a lot of other things that's happening in the world with COVID and
Ooh.
BLM and everything, but we are, who we are. So we're going to start off with Chadwick. Just a quick little round table kind of thing. Your favorite movie and/or scene with Chadwick, and we're going to start with Chris. So,
Oh, really?
We're
Chris.
not prepared for this.
yeah, I just want to throw this out like really quick. So, Chris,
Okay.
what jumps out for you?
I mean, keep it 100. It was Black Panther. It was. I work with kids, so my kids were geeked. I was geeked up about it. So yeah. When the moment that felt the most iconic for me is when they were getting into, I guess, the fight for the royal seat, and you saw all these different tribes of Africans from of Wakanda, all these different people from Wakanda, but it was a reflection of different African tribes, what have you. When I saw that, it was so beautiful. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, for me, that was an iconic moment.
Cool. So, we'll throw it to you, Kristen.
It's a little tough for me because there's like three things that stand out in my head in terms of his performances, because I saw Marshall in the theaters.
Yep.
And that was
that was good.
He was so good in that, and then Sterling K. Brown was in there too, and so that made it even better. And while yes, Black Panther is the role that stands out the most for me with him, it's actually kind of like a little two-parter in Civil War that I really liked. I mean, my favorite scene of all time in anything related to Black Panther is when he's on the ancestral plane. Like, that is just it's just so beautiful, and it's like, I really hope that is what heaven looks like, because that is stunning. But I really like when he is talking to Romanov after the UN gets blown up by Zemo, and Natasha's like apologizing to him, and she was like, and he said, "No problem, I will kill him myself." And I was like, yes, okay, all that peace talk that was upstairs, you like, bump that, bruh. We in the streets now. Like, that's it. And I also just like, everybody always talks about the airport scene in Civil War. Like, everybody loves it, and they're like, it's 14 minutes of just straight action. I love the tunnel scene.
Mm-hmm.
The car chase. That's my favorite scene in Civil War, especially when Bucky grabs the bike.
Yeah.
Like, flips on the bike. Cap jumps out of a moving car, running straight like he does. And then you just have T'Challa, seriously, like a panther.
Yeah.
Like, the way he stands, like, his entire stance is like a cat continually, even when he's not in the Black Panther suit. And that's what I love, that he really, like, embodied what that was supposed to represent, because that was representative of his people.
Cool.
So,
Love it. Chico.
I'm going to go with two. The first one being the invasion scene in Wakanda, and they start to charge. And as they're running, all you see is Cap and Black Panther, like, leaving an entire army in the dust. Like, they about 2 miles back, and they up there already fighting. So
yeah.
that, and the final movie, where first thing you hear is "on your left,"
Mm-hmm.
and the three of them come out the tunnel, and he yells "Bombay," and that's it. Like, it's done.
Bombay.
Yeah. All right. So it's funny. Even though Black Panther was incredible for being the type of movie it was, that wasn't the role that jumped out for me as like the role that I will always put him in. Oh, even though it is Black Panther. I think his role as Jackie Robinson,
That's the one I haven't seen.
42 was so good.
That's what everybody says.
42 was good. And it's kind of hard to see someone who plays historical figures also be an action hero, because it's like it's competing for which performance was more dynamic, and it's dynamic for different reasons. So as much as I love his Black Panther character in the movies and stuff, the thing that jumped out for me was in 42 because of the significance of the time and being that he was a person that not just played Jackie Robinson, but also Thurman Marshall. I'm saying his name right?
Thurgood Marshall.
Thurgood Marshall. Thank you. And also he did James Brown. So
Good in that too.
yeah, just a great talent. One that will be sorely missed, and I hope that everything Disney does moving forward to memorialize Chadwick sticks for a really long time, because he did help to bring a different audience to cinema that normally feels like there isn't a place for them in this universe.
This is true.
So kudos to everyone that's raising him up, and yeah.
And that particular mural is in Disneyland.
Yes, it is. Yep. So that's how we're starting this thing off. We're back now. Let's get to the normal stuff.
Yeah, because I've cried enough over this. I'm not trying to do this again. We found out on my friend's birthday, so it's just like, oh.
I could dig it.
I see that.
Well, since talking about you're actually our first story for our new format, and it's the Batman.
Yeah. How much of this are we going to show?
Well, we can actually show the whole thing because they won't hear the audio, so we won't get in trouble.
Well,
that's why I was asking.
It's not like we can get demonetized.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true. We can kind of talk over. We're not going to play it.
I was going to say, if you just turn on the mute, like while we're...
Yeah, we're good on that, so it's not playing. All right, we're just going to let the video run while we're jabbing away. All right, so the Batman. Okay, so for those that have been laying under a rock, which has to be a huge rock because this thing is like everywhere.
Even my mom knows about it. She's watched it several times.
So we got Twilight getting into the world of Gotham, and they show the trailer during all this time that we've been away. We're going to throw it at you first because this is your thing. Your thoughts.
Okay. Okay, so if we remember, I feel like it was probably like this time, maybe it wasn't this time last year, but it was, it was a while ago.
Yep.
When the news broke that Edward Cullen gonna be sparkling again.
Edward Cullen, aka Cedric Diggory.
I know, but it's just okay. So let me stop. Let me stop with that because he really is Rob Pattinson. He is Robert Douglas Pattinson.
Oh wow!
Which I just found
the middle name.
I was gonna say I just found that out because he and Mia Wasikowska. I don't know how to say her last name. So,
now you gotta blow into your elbow. Now you can't do it in your hand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I always tell the kids that's my Batman, like sneeze. But they were doing like some like Wired autocomplete interview because they're in The Devil All the Time together, and she guessed his middle name and he was like blown. But anyway, I said before that if this turns out poorly, like throw away the whole franchise. Just throw it away. And here's how I feel. Wait. Let's look at the part that is my favorite because it's coming up.
Okay.
Moment of silence for
mascara.
Finally.
Okay. Before we continue on, explain why you have such a feeling for this. Why is that so important to you?
Because the last 30 years of cinematic Batman have had him with black around his eyes when he has the cowl on.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he gets back to the Batcave or like he removes his cowl anytime in any of the movies, there's never black makeup around his eyes. And it would drive me crazy because there's pictures behind the scenes of like Michael Keaton with it blacked out, but he's never on screen with the blacking out. Like when he brought in Batman Begins, he brought Rachel Dawes back to the Batcave, and after giving her the not anesthetic, whatever it was, the remedy, he took off his cowl right away. And when you look at him, he's completely barefaced. But when he was in the car with her 5 minutes before, there's
Had black
black
on
makeup
makeup.
around his
Yep.
eyes. And I'm just like, it's just such an, it's a lack of continuity that frustrates me. And it bothers me because it's like, he's a very smart person and you're making it look like he cares more about his appearance and taking off like makeup or whatever than like keeping the mystique of Batman. And like it's such a small thing, but when I looked on a Reddit, it was huge. Like there were like thousands of comments about like, yo, y'all keep saying emo Batman, but no, this is what Batman really does. He really has the makeup around his eyes. But here's my thing. Robert Pattinson, I'm still hesitant. I've watched some other movies with him in there. I just said Devil All the Time, which was great. He was pretty good. But I'm afraid it's going to hit the Suicide Squad little hiccup. I know you liked the film. You thought it was good.
Yeah.
And that's fine because, like, everybody's got their own feeling about it. But, the general public was disappointed in Suicide Squad.
I'm not even going to get into
but I'm just saying,
anything.
I'm just saying, like, that's my comparison. Where it's like, I love this trailer.
Like this has so much possibility and all that.
Yes, there's so much potential, and I'm just worried that the trailer is going to be better than the movie.
For me, like I said, I like the darkness. Like
Yes.
the darkness is a continuation of. To me, I feel this is, I feel this is a continuation of the Joker.
You mean the whole thing of them just kind of making a really dark
Making it
movie?
really dark, and like I'm not sure what this time period is going to be. I don't know if it's still going to be in the 80s.
It's modern day because they have cell phones in the trailer.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Dude's
so
got like
yeah.
an iPhone.
right. Well, there you have it. So, but I mean, it's still dark. You know what I'm saying? To me,
Right.
it still keeps up that same spirit of what we saw in the Joker, and I think that's one of the things that made the Joker so great. So yeah, and I mean, like you said, something as small as and detailed as having that makeup on your eyes, it was just like it kind of gave that I don't give a like we gonna make this thing raw. You know what I mean?
Yes. That's a good word,
The
Chris,
fight
raw.
scene, like when he was just like wailing on dude, bop, 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 bop. It's like, okay, this is Batman. This is Batman. This is the real Batman. Because the thing is like in all the other shows we've seen with Batman, he's always, and I'm not saying he shouldn't hold back, to a certain extent, because he's a vigilante, so he's on the side of good, but he has some psychological issues. So it's like that kind of
some.
Yes,
Guy dresses up like a
he's
bat.
dealt with some trauma. He's dealing with some trauma. So it comes through when because this is his introduction. Like it seemed like, okay, this is my introduction to you all. So just so you know that it's real.
Yeah.
I'm a wail on this dude, and y'all gonna see what's happening. Who's next?
Let me tell you, when he said that, what reminded me of, Chris?
Mhm.
A post you put up when you said more fights have happened where? I was like, oh, this is the Chinatown beatdown.
Oh yeah.
This is the Chinatown metro station beatdown. That's what Batman was giving you.
Yeah.
When you come out of the Chinatown station, a fight is starting, happening, or finishing.
Yep.
Wow.
And that's what Batman was doing in this trailer. That was a Chinatown beatdown.
I'm gonna jump in. So like, I felt so good after watching the trailer because I do have my bias. Like I have my Twilight bias because that's all I really have for reference. I haven't seen Tenet yet, which it's on my list of movies to see. But there's this thing called the pandemic.
Breathe.
Once I can figure out how to maneuver, get into I want to see Tenet. But my fear was the same fear that I had with there being a new Superman, which Henry Cavill
I was
is
gonna say, which is not happening.
awesome.
Right?
He's signed back on
That's what I'm
to
saying.
do another one.
He is gonna do Superman now, though, right?
Yeah, he wasn't at the time. Yeah. And then the whole thing with Ben Affleck being Batman, I felt he was going to be great, and
Ben Affleck.
yeah,
Okay.
and I was completely satisfied with Ben.
He signed up.
Yeah, he's going to be an old Batman again. Yeah, so that's kind of cool.
No, I think he's regular Batman, and Michael Keaton is the older one.
Nah, well,
for a Flash movie.
I thought he was going to be the old
Yeah, I was
Batman
gonna
for the
say,
Flash
the
movie.
Flash thing.
But in
Both
any
of them
way,
were signed on for it though.
yeah. But in any way, like the whole thing of you got to show me Batman like now for me to buy in, that happened. Because the line that did it for me was the obvious line that I thought he was going to say, and he changed it up, and it sold me. It was the whole thing of, help me out. I know the line.
I'm vengeance.
Yeah, what was the thing that the guy said
Oh.
before that to make him say it?
Oh.
See, that was the thing I forget.
You say, "Who are you?"
I think it,
Yeah,
I was gonna say, I think
yeah,
it just
something
said,
like that.
Who are you? Oh, I thought.
Yeah, and I thought he was going to
Oh,
say, I'm Batman, and he didn't.
He didn't, but here's the thing that I'm wondering. I'm wondering if what other people are wondering. Is it that he doesn't say it, or they just only showed the part where he says, I'm vengeance? Because in the first episode of Batman, the animated series,
I'm
he says,
vengeance, I am the night. Yeah.
I'm Batman.
Yeah. And my thing that I'm thinking, and it's in speculation, is that he isn't Batman yet. In the sense
Well,
of
this is
he's not calling himself.
it's not year one. It's
year
like
two.
2 or 3.
It's 2, yeah.
So
He's
so
supposed to
they
be
know
around
that
for a
he
while.
exists.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so in essence, in any way,
Because Catwoman
That
in this one
line-
as well.
Yeah.
Catwoman.
yeah.
Yeah.
So in any way, that line for me sold me. I was like, I'm in. Take all the time you need. Get it right.
COVID. You can get COVID. It's
Get it
okay.
right.
Come back.
You know, I'm hoping everybody's healthy.
He's recovered.
I'm ready to buy my ticket when it's safe for me to go to the theaters,
'Cause
and
in
I
a
will
year,
support
when
this
it comes
movie.
out is when it will be
Yeah,
safe.
I will support this movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, the trailer was great, and it was on time considering everything that's going on. And I don't feel like this is a vampire movie gone wrong anymore, so I'm good.
I agree with you on that. Can I ask one quick question?
Shoot.
Everybody? How do we feel about the use of Nirvana in the trailer? Because that just made me so happy. Because I was like, this is what Batman would have listened to as an angry teenager.
As a Nirvana
It
fan, I
makes
thought it was
sense.
appropriate.
Yeah.
It does
fit
make
the
It
Yeah.
sense.
fit.
Yeah, I think it fit. It was a good
It
cover.
made me very happy. Like when they did the what is that? The Watchmen trailer.
Yeah.
And it was like the remix of "The End Is the Beginning Is the End" by Smashing Pumpkins.
Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah, that fit the Watchmen tone
Yeah.
very well. And when I saw this, it reminded me of how well things can work when you push the right music.
Yeah, this is support the scenes.
Yes.
Yeah, very good. All right, Chico.
I watched the trailer and I'm like,
Judge.
this is Arkham City.
Yeah.
This is a live
Yeah.
action version
Yeah.
of
Okay,
my
okay,
favorite
okay.
Batman video game,
Yeah.
and I am okay with that.
You and Justin.
And Colin Farrell's makeup is
Yo.
bananas.
Is that Colin Farrell? That's what I kept asking. I was like,
It's
Because he
bananas.
looked like somebody totally. He looked
Yeah, he
like
didn't
his
look like-
other-
didn't
he
look
looked
like
his
himself,
other
did
guy.
not
Yeah.
sound
To
like
himself.
himself,
Yeah.
nothing.
At
Until you
all.
have to stare at,
You know
at
who he
his
looked
eyes
like?
for
At his
like
eyes.
15 minutes.
Yes.
You
to
know who he
realize.
looked like? He looked like the Wonder Years, the father from the Wonder Years.
Yeah.
How he was
I
look.
can see that. I can
That's
see
exactly
that.
who I thought it was. That's who I thought it was.
I can see that.
that's accurate.
Yeah.
hmm
That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
So,
What do you think of the Riddler?
I like the way he has a very subtleness to him.
Mhm.
Like he's not like the ones that's all bubbly and
Like Jim
trying to get
Carrey.
you excited. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not campy.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
There was one version of Riddler. Was it the Batman cartoon? The one that had the Jackie Chan cartoon styling.
hmm
The Riddler was very dark in that.
Yeah, it
Was
was-
that one?
It wasn't.
think so.
It wasn't TAS.
No,
It was
no.
the. It was the one after.
I was gonna say it wasn't Brave and Bold.
No, it wasn't
No.
Brave and Bold.
Because I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
It was the Batman.
He was very
Okay.
grungy looking,
Yeah.
long hair, and it was like the calmness he had reminds me of the guy doing the talking in this.
Mhm.
So
So you're feeling it.
It should be good. It should be good. It has a interesting amount of villains in it.
and a separate set of villains that might
Right.
or might not be part when we were talking about speculation earlier. Like, I'm sorry. I'm with some of the fans who are like, I really think Court of Owls is gonna come up in this some kind of way, like with all the little barely noticeable Easter eggs that are in the trailer. Like one of them, somebody slowed it down to 0.25 speed on YouTube to look at the trailer and saw somebody with an owl mask on, like chasing Batman up the stairs.
Remains to be seen.
Right. I am more optimistic than I previously was. So I might have to eat crow.
Well, we'll find out.
I'm ready for the next trailer so we can see Catwoman in a better.
I'm wondering if
a
she's
better version of
Catwoman
Penguin.
or she's just Selena Kyle, the cat burglar, right now. If she's like formed her identity as Catwoman
Damn,
yet.
said.
Talking about identities.
Oh, yeah, I see what's on the screen. Woo!
So, J.K. Rowling has had an interesting summer.
Yeah.
So
his whole facial expression changed.
I know, I'm really upset that I cannot see him right now.
Oh, well.
I might have to like lean.
Yeah, I can't really show you, but don't trust me. Whatever you're imagining,
you know the
there.
Emoji with the happy face, and it's just like that's Chris.
That's
right?
the one I use the most.
That's Chris's face, right?
That's the first one in my frequently used thing. It's like,
and that's pretty much where Chris is. All right, in that. So, if you've seen all the stuff that's happening in video games over there, the time that we've been off, there was a new Harry Potter video game announced, one that's open world, and surprisingly, J.K. Rowling is not involved. Would you like to say why?
She's not involved because it's basically licensing. Like, yes, she created Hogwarts. She got paid for that. Yeah, she's gotten paid for that. So,
but what's the bigger part of it?
She has no say so in the video game.
But what's bigger than that?
Oh, you mean the fact that she's been hating?
Yes,
that she's
a
transphobic.
She's a transphobic.
I'm like, the thing that's on the screen.
Right.
Listen.
So that's the big thing. Like, she's been in the news for the wrong reasons as of lately. Well, she's been in there for different reasons. I'm not going to say wrong because we don't know.
Yeah.
But in essence, that has started to kind of put a divide between her world of Hogwarts and pretty much anything that Warner Brothers decides they want to create. So, since this is your story, you start it off.
Well, I mean, you basically set it up. So, people are really divided right now because you don't want to support that.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to support people that are transphobic, racist, whatever. You're not trying to put money into their pocket.
Right.
But in doing so, in boycotting or what have you, there's that part where, okay, yeah, I don't like J.K. Rowling, but Daniel Radcliffe is the dude. So
Can we also talk about how like every single person who played a major character
they
are involved in this,
has come out against her. And
they cut her off. They like, no, you want to sit down
except
here.
For one, I think dude that plays Hagrid is the only one that took up for her.
Yeah, and he said he was like, maybe it's because he was like, maybe because I'm old and like I just can't wrap my mind around new concepts, and he's like, I just feel like everybody should mind their business.
But are they? Like, are you?
Not, but like that's just what he's saying.
I think that's just the whole thing of I don't want to be involved.
I mean, but he said
it could be.
Yeah. It could be, but he kind of said like, I understand where she's coming from.
So see, here's my problem with that. I understand where people are coming from thing with me. So when my life is dismissed, when who I am is dismissed, then no, there is no, oh, I see where that person is coming from.
Right.
If you see where that person is coming from, that puts you under the same category as them. Period.
Because you're complicit.
Exactly. So I don't buy into that one. When you sit down here and you tell me, oh, you're all right with somebody that's gay, lesbian, black, any other, ethnic group other than white or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You're fine with something happening to them. It's oh, well, I see where they're coming from. Nah, bruh, you missed me with that. So you need to stand on something or get out the way. Period.
Remember how we couldn't hear him at the beginning of the
Oh
show?
yeah, we hear every
Oh.
word, every word,
Well,
every syllable.
Well, we fixed the environment so we can hear properly now.
Yes, Chris.
Yeah.
It's not that he's making his presence known.
No, but
It's
I'm
more
saying
so
he's
we just-
speaking very like emphatically and like there's a lot
In
of
other words,
conviction.
while you're over there in your void, we need you to
Mhm.
I love the conviction.
presence.
Yeah.
Presence.
Thrust your voice.
There you go.
I was staying away from it. I was staying away
That's
from
the
it.
thrust your voice.
Yeah, but it's a
Okay,
trigger
but-
word.
yeah.
Chris,
Yeah.
after what you just said,
Mhm.
we it's safe to say, J.K. Rowling, not a fan.
Not at all.
Harry Potter,
Her character,
Harry Potter.
I'm a fan of Harry Potter.
So how does this work for you?
How does this work? for me?
That's interesting.
Will
so easy, real easy. So my thing is this: does she get another coin?
She's gonna
Well,
keep
see,
getting
that's
coin
the
because
thing.
it's her license.
It's her license. We don't
Mhm.
know how the contract
Yeah,
is
we
set
don't.
up.
Yeah, we don't know how. She's
I mean,
getting
she
paid.
could have got paid one big settlement as far as the
Right.
video games are concerned.
Nah, she
And-
owns that whole thing. There's no way she's gonna just get like a small cut,
Hmm.
and then they can do whatever they want
Right,
with the
well,
IP.
yeah, 'cause
she
she-
has to get
she-
royalties to
yeah,
some.
she owns
So
Yeah,
that's
right.
the thing. Like, if that's a question, then it's the wonder is, are people going to buy the video game?
Like
Well,
you being a Harry Potter fan
Mm-hmm.
and you're a gamer,
Mm-hmm.
you have the chance to get a game where you can create a character and you're going to Hogwarts.
I'm gonna throw a monkey wrench in it,
Mm-hmm.
and also as part of your degree program, because
Hmm.
everything that you play is a case study for you.
Okay, let me just tell y'all. So, as of June 1st this year, I'm now a student at Full Sail University taking up.
See, all kinds of changes with COVID.
Sailor.
This is a
I'm
good one. This
Student
is a
at
good
Full Sail
change.
University taking up
Yes.
game design, inspired by the good Tim Cricket.
Timothy.
I'll take a little bit of credit, but no,
Master's degree.
I
And a few
would
other
show,
people,
but I'm
like, I
not
was
gonna
in
do
the
that.
process of
But yeah,
joining,
all right.
Start going to another school, but then I decided that what would be best would be Full Sail. So with my major being game design, things of the nature, it's like, and I guess this is when it comes down to how do you support the art, but not
Not the artist.
not the artist.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's so many people that we have to deal with this. You know what I'm saying? As far as the artist is some trash, but their art was amazing or is amazing. So it's just kind of like you pick and you choose. Like me, I'm very, trans is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Hashtag it, whatever you want to call it, LGBTQIA. Period. So yeah. And honestly, I might holler at some trans folks about it. I might holler at some of my folks that's trans about it and ask them how they feel. To kind of get a general consensus on it, because I mean, it's not my experience, but it is the experience of those that I know. So yeah.
Okay, Tim's looking at me. I can see him out the corner of my eye. Because I did my whole like, oh, as soon as Chris said separating the art from the artist.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we talk about this once a quarter in
Yeah.
every English class. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter what school I have taught in. It's just like, how do we separate the art from the artist so that the kids are focusing on the content and not the creator?
Right.
And no one ever comes to a real conclusion. Like it's just kind of like, okay, we won't teach you about the person. We'll only teach you about what they've made. I mean, like Sherman Alexie was somebody. Juno Diaz, which I still think is a little question mark. But do y'all know who wrote? Y'all know the book Lord of the Flies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy who wrote it apparently sexually assaulted some 15 or 14-year-old, and his wife found the letters that he was writing to her about. Yeah.
Wow.
And so it's like you have this book that's taught in almost every high
Yeah.
school in the
Ninth grade.
country, and it's still being taught, even though this news came out like years ago. And even they say some stuff about Shakespeare and what happens in the plays and what happened in his real life. How do you separate the art from the artist? And I feel like in our present time period, it's so much more difficult because we've tied so much commerce to them. And so it was
Fair
like
enough.
before that person, like, you know, you really could. You could hit him with the okie doke, be like, oh, Shakespeare, oh, you want to be like that? Okay, nobody's going to buy your plays or come to your shows anymore. Like, ain't nobody helping you out. And it's like, okay, but then it's like, with this, because you can't separate, it's like, do I have to give up this childhood, or not even childhood, but this, like, love of mine? And my thing is that even the actors from the films have come out and said, please don't let your love of the world that she created get diminished by her views, because they are just her views. They're not any of the professors at Hogwarts. They're not any of the students at Hogwarts. They're not even the opinions of muggles in Harry Potter world, like, who know about magic. And so they're like, don't let her biases dampen whatever it is that you got out of Harry Potter that was positive. And so they're like, you know, going forward, we know it'll be a struggle, but, you know, try to embrace the world that she created and don't necessarily embrace the person that she is.
So let's throw a couple of comments really quick, and then we'll move to the next one. But you had something? Go ahead.
It's about to get dark.
Oh, you never answered my question either.
What?
I think I asked if you were actually going to
Would you
get
support
the game.
it?
That's why I had to talk to my folks. Kind of see where that. But then I thought of, like, when she said what she said as far as the actors, like, you know, the world. It's not the third. Two people. Are we ready?
Go for it.
All right. R. Kelly.
Bill
Bill
Cosby.
Cosby. So R. Kelly. See, the thing is, the reason why I could easily say I don't feel comfortable listening to R. Kelly's music is because when you listen to his music now in you know,
In context.
in context,
Like in
it's like,
context.
yo, dude, like, you real life got some problems, and it was in your music.
Because we listen to it as children. We're not
Exactly.
listening to the lyrics.
Exactly,
Right.
and
But
we
we're
know
not
what's
listening
going
to it
on.
with an adult sense.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, Bill Cosby, otherwise known as Bill or William the Pill Cosby. So him, I saw a clip from the Cosby Show the other day. And I'm like, yo, like, I get why people were boohooing and crying about, you know, but the thing is, people are so in love with Heathcliff Huxtable.
Yeah, they're in love with the ideal that he presented.
Exactly.
Right.
And considering, you know, a lot of absent fathers,
Right.
Okay. But for me, when I was younger, I came across this tape, audio tape, and cassette tape for those who don't remember those.
Oh man.
Right. When he talked about Spanish Fly.
Yeah.
When he used
a very
I heard about that.
very legendary bit.
And the
Yeah.
thing is, so he literally was talking about, so it's like, oh my God, like, bruh. And then the thing is, for him to have all these, you know, what is it, political stances, or what do they call it? Pretty much him just acting like he's a petty bourgeoisie. You know what I'm saying? Like, acting like he's so much better than everybody else. For him to have that attitude, but it's like, bruh, you were saying the N word back then. You know, Downtown Saturday Night or something like that.
The movie
Uptown
Uptown Saturday Night. Yeah, with him and Sidney Poitier.
Yeah.
Right. You were saying all that stuff and it's not the third, but yet you want to talk about, well, this child can't be this because if your pants ain't pulled up and blah blah blah. Yeah. So all that to say, it's like in those situations, like R. Kelly, trash. He's a musical genius, but you know, trash. And then Bill Cosby, like I said, there's a difference between Bill Cosby and Heathcliff Huxtable. So yeah, it's just picking and choosing. But yeah, I'm actually going to talk to some people because I was excited about it. And then I was just like, hold on, wait, J.K. Rowling.
Yeah, that would be interesting to know what you find out. So maybe we can revisit it later.
Yeah, just to see how people,
Yeah.
you know, those who are trans, their stance on it.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
So something else happened in the world of video games, and this was really cool, but for totally different reasons. And that was the reissue announcement by Ubisoft of Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah.
His whole demeanor changed. Look at the sunshine.
Yeah.
So I'll just throw out a little brief history of this game that was delisted and now it's come back. So back in the day of the Xbox 360, they had the Xbox Arcade, which was their place of putting out independent games or digital only games. And this awesome movie, 10 years ago? 20, 25 years, 15 years.
Because they just
'Cause
did
it's like
a
20
table
years.
read.
Was it
It's 20
94?
years because they just did a table read with
Okay.
everybody in the film.
Yeah,
So
it's
20
a 20
years.
year 20 year
20
anniversary.
So
Yeah,
20 years
Because
ago,
Hackers and something else just hit 25.
yeah, that was probably what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
So 20 years
So
ago,
was
Scott
19 in
Pilgrim
that
versus the
movie?
World hits the
I think so.
theater. It's one of the best comic book video game adaptation movies ever made, in my opinion. But they also dropped this tie-in movie game on the 360, and as the gamer I am, I had to buy it as soon as it came out. And surprisingly, the game got delisted, meaning they pulled it out of the marketplace. I remember walking into GameStop and hearing 3 people asking the GameStop attendants, how do I buy that Scott Pilgrim game? And me being bold was like, they don't have that game anymore. I wasn't that mean, but I was kind of that mean. But Ubisoft, over this time that we've been gone, brought the game back. And they're going to re-release it. And it's supposedly going to be on everything. So this was Chris's story. So Chris, we're going to throw it to you.
Okay, so actually it was released in 2010. So it's 10 year anniversary.
10 year.
We
It
saw
wasn't-
20. We
Of
thought
the
20
game or
because
the
it's
movie.
I
It
think
wasn't.
both.
No, they only had one release for it, as far as I'm aware. Are you sure that they did a re-release? It was delisted.
no,
maybe in 2010.
no. That's what I'm saying. Like it was released in 2010.
Couldn't have
Yeah,
been
initial
that.
release date 2010.
Was it that new?
Hold on.
Maybe.
That's why I was
That was
asking.
the game. Okay, so wait.
Chris Evans was not 19 in that movie.
Okay, hold
Okay.
on. Hold on for a minute.
You know,
Hold on.
That's how I measure. That's how I measure the passage of time.
Game release. Okay.
What's your
Release
source?
date.
Wikipedia.
Yeah, Wikipedia.
Well, that's
So the game
According
was
to
2010.
academia, we're not allowed to
You tell me
use.
I'm the researcher.
all right. Go for it.
I'll go for it.
All right.
Okay.
So the release of the game is what I'm looking for.
Yeah,
right?
Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Okay.
Yep, it's saying August
Xbox
10th,
360
2010.
and PS3.
Yep. So
All right,
But yeah,
PS3, that means
I-
can play it.
it's delisted.
There's eBay.
No, it was digital
No,
only.
digital.
Oh, because you said it was on that
Yeah, it was
the
in their marketplace.
arcade
Yeah,
Yeah,
platform?
their online marketplace. Yeah, but go ahead, Chris.
no, they have it. Somebody has it on a hard disk.
I don't know how.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
But
anyway, the story broke.
so
Go ahead.
I love Scott Pilgrim against the world. Versus the world. It was an amazing movie. It had video games. It had fanboy nerd culture. Like it was amazing. So for me, you know,
It was a
when I
comic
found
book
out there was
first,
a
right?
video game,
Yes.
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
like, hold up, no, where's the video game at? And so I'm looking through the PSN network.
I remember
can't
you
find it
asking
there.
me about it.
Yeah, I'm like, you know, I'm asking Tim, I'm like, yo, where can I find this? And they're like, oh, they haven't playing it anymore. I'm like, what? You can't play it anymore. And then I found out that it's going to be released in the winter quarter.
Yeah, Q4.
Sometime Q4. It's going to be re-released on at least on PS4, probably Xbox One.
It's supposed to be, as far as I remember seeing in the story, it's going to be on everything.
Everything. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I'll be getting that. Absolutely. It's a nostalgia. It's a game of nostalgia. Like it's
I have
like
to agree with Raymond that post. It's going to make a really nice Switch game.
Yeah, it's going to play really good on the Switch.
Yeah.
Real quick, what'd you find out?
2010.
So that was the release.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did
Yeah.
it show that the year was delisted?
That was another thing. I'm not on the same page I was on before.
I'm gonna click the link and see if it has it in there.
2014.
That sounds right.
Okay.
December 30th, 2014.
Yep.
That's crazy. Like,
Yeah.
why would you delist that?
I guess I'll jump in since you opened the question up.
Yeah, because they explain why on here. Actually, go ahead, Tim. Yes.
So basically, with any game that's released, especially if it's digital, there's licensing issues.
Oh, that's right.
So
Okay,
whenever
I
it ties into either a movie franchise or some type of IP that's owned by someone pays for a certain amount of time. They get the time and they can either renew it or let it expire. Microsoft, I believe, let it expire. Sony let it expire, and then Ubisoft let it expire. And then from that point on, there was just this whole big push from the community that loves Scott Pilgrim to bring the game back. And then once this anniversary came up, a lot of people petitioned, and I think it was smart on Ubisoft's part, to be honest, to
Right.
bring it back because they're going to make a lot of coin.
Absolutely.
So is it the same game as before, or are they like revamping it in some sort of way?
They're including all of the DLC, downloadable content from the original game when it was released. So it's the original game plus the 2 DLC characters. I don't think they're adding any additional content beyond that. So it'll be a complete release. But the cool thing is, because of licensing again, they're bringing all the original music back. So all of that chiptune music, which was so good, it was so good. They're bringing it back in the release. So yeah.
Who voiced the people in the game?
That I don't know. I don't think it had. I don't think it had any voice acting. I know that they did some. I know they did some like sound stuff, but I don't know.
Because which one came first, the movie or the game?
Movie
Came first.
movie.
I was gonna say because the movie's based on the graphic novel, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Comic book,
Comic book.
movie, then video game.
Yep.
Yeah.
So O'Malley, I'm happy for him because that game's coming back. Now, I'm gonna throw it at you real quick
Me?
because this is something that's new territory to you. So, did you see the movie? Is there a story behind
That's
that?
a simple yes or no question.
You all know I have a problem with watching movies the whole way through.
Oh, so you saw bits and pieces.
Yeah, I never saw the end though. I've never seen the end of the movie,
Okay,
so I don't know what happens. But I mean, I know Chris Evans is in
yeah. He is one of the evil
it.
exes. Yeah. Well, basically,
I know the premise of the movie though, because I did watch most of the table read that they did on YouTube because I thought it was really cool actually, and it's kind of interesting to see who was in the movie that I did not recognize.
like who?
Like, oh gosh,
we had Captain America, Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel is in it. Whatever her real name is,
Brie.
Brie Larson. Yeah.
Brie's awesome, man. She has a cool commercial.
Now
She is a huge nerd. It's ridiculous.
oh, I know. I still don't like her attitude sometimes. Have you not seen those videos of how people in the Marvel world don't like her? Like her coworkers and stuff don't like her.
Mm-mm.
It has nothing to do with what we're talking about. But yeah,
Okay.
there's like, is Kristen Bell in there too? There's like a couple of people where I was like, this person's in that movie. I don't remember them. And so I was like, oh, I just remembered Chris Evans, and dude from Superbad, Michael Cera. That's really the only people.
Wow. So the main character is Scott Pilgrim. Oh yeah, that dude from Superbad.
Because I can remember his name because I just saw
Macaulay
Molly's game.
Culkin's brother was in that too, right?
Kieran, yeah, Kieran was in it. See, that's what I'm saying. Like all these people, when they had the squares, when people would start speaking like on Zoom, basically, when they would come up, I'm like, oh snap, they're in the movie. I don't remember them.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've seen most of the movie. Unlike you all, I'm actually not that crazy.
And with that, I think we're gonna move on because I'm
I think it's
It's-
fun. Can I say that? Like, I think
Okay,
it's fun.
you can go with that.
Yeah, because I'm like, I get why people. It's what I said to you about Joker. Like, I get why people like it. It's just not my jam, but it's so much fun. I love all the color in it. I know that sounds so superficial.
The colors, Duke. The colors.
But it feels like y'all were saying, it feels more like it was based on a video game to me than it does a comic.
I'll interject on that real quick, and then we'll move to the next one because that's a good segue.
Okay.
The reason why there's a lot of comic book reference in it is because in the comic they reference a lot of pop culture, and part of pop culture, of course, is games.
Okay.
And some of the tropes that they have in it is taken from this game on the Nintendo Entertainment System, the NES, called River City Ransom.
Okay.
So we'll get into that at a totally another time because that's a
maybe
whole
off camera.
that's a whole ball of wax.
Okay.
But
so that's why it maybe felt more like.
Yeah, because you saw it. I want to explain it, but we should move on. Talking about video games again, because this week was interesting.
Boo. Boo.
Sony and Microsoft had a plan. And you know what they say about plans?
Kerplunk.
Thank you. We'll go with that. So the PS5, the Sony PlayStation 5, had a very rocky start with a supposed launch date, which all of the major retailers broke. And then Microsoft made fun of them. And then a few days later, all their stuff went to pot as well. So this has to be one of the worst pre-launches for a video game system in history. Both Chico and I went through the rigors. We had our pitfalls with trying to secure systems,
And my boss got one.
and we did not.
We're both in the office on the same site. Somehow he was able to get one from Best Buy.
And how much is it? 5?
It's $499 for the disc model, $399 for the digital only of the PS5, and $299 for the digital only version of the Xbox Series S. So totally different price points.
And please clarify for me.
Sure.
It is not the. Don't they have like the same name almost? There's like a 1-word difference or something. Y'all were telling me. Series X versus like 1X or something.
Okay, so the Xbox One X
Yes.
is from the Xbox One
right heyday.
category of systems. So there's the Xbox One, the Xbox One S, which is the slim,
Okay.
and then the Xbox One X, which is their 4K system.
Mm-hmm.
And then they left the Xbox One moniker, and now it's Xbox Series. So that's the new moniker for it. Yes, it's a thing because we're actually going to talk about that too.
They did that on purpose. I told y'all they did that on purpose.
Well, we're gonna talk about that too.
Yeah, because something happened.
Yeah. So
Something else since then?
Oh, we're gonna cover it.
Oh snap! Oh, I didn't know this. Oh.
Okay. So first, let's start off with Sony because this whole launch thing was my story.
Sony.
You have Xbox up.
I'm gonna switch it. There we go. All right.
Sony.
So actually, no, I'm gonna start with Microsoft because they were the first ones to jump out. Okay. So Microsoft had been planning their launch for a really long time. And they put in a lot of leadway for gamers, told them about the system, told them about what the specs were, and said, we're going to launch, we're going to have it available to you on November 10. And it's like, we're going to open up pre-orders on September 23rd. It was a lock. They had maybe a month and a half before Sony decided to say something. So now let's bring it to Sony. So with Sony, it was a matter of playing chicken. Who was going to blink first? So Microsoft blinked first, and then Sony had to react. Then Microsoft pulled the okie doke and said, "We're going to make it super sweet for you. We want you to get a system, no matter what. We're going to make a payment plan, and it's going to be awesome, and you'll be able to pay it off in 2 years, and you're going to have this great system, and you're only going to pay $25 a month or $35 a month over 2 years." And Sony's like, "What are we going to do?"
So crestfallen.
I don't know, George.
So what do? They throw a press conference online presser, and then, hey, we're gonna launch our system on November 17. I think that's the date that they picked.
So like
No,
1 week.
no, 12th, November 12th, because it's November 10 and November 12th, and pre-orders go up tomorrow. So we're in the middle of a pandemic. A lot of people are cash strapped, and they're like, "We're going to break the internet for you guys tomorrow." Well, Walmart decided we're going to break the internet tonight, and
Walmart
they
always
open up
does
their
all this.
pre-orders as soon as the announcement goes out, like 30 minutes after the announcement goes out. Breaks the internet.
That's what you were talking about.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay.
So then
Okay.
after that, Best Buy opened up their pre-orders. Amazon opened up their pre-orders. Newegg opened up their pre-orders. Fry opened up their pre-orders.
And so on
And-
and so on and so forth.
And just everybody sold out within 20 minutes, if that. Walmart was the first one, and Amazon barely got their doors open before they closed it just for a few seconds. So in that, Microsoft, which we're going to switch that up now, says, nah. We're going to tell you exactly what time we're going to open up. You're going to be able to start your pre-orders at 11 o'clock Eastern.
GameStop threw up a timer.
So everyone's like, all right, cool. I'm going to sit in front of my computer, and 11 o'clock hits, I'm going to get a system. 11 o'clock hits, Walmart's the first store to open up online. They sell out in a few seconds. And then GameStop is the second one, and they do a fake open. So it just kept refreshing. So what they did was,
First, you get the screen where it says you're in line.
which was actually just a buffer screen where it was just refreshing in the background.
Mm-hmm.
So they were faking like you were in standby.
They did that to me when I got tickets for Endgame.
Same thing.
And then next thing we know, we're looking at the
Sold out.
no, not even that.
Error
It went
messages.
Back to the. You got an error message? It sent me
I got
back.
I got 503s.
It sent me back to the main page.
Dang.
So I'm like, okay, click, nothing. Click, nothing. Click, error.
So for me, I had one screen on, second screen, third screen, fourth screen, and my phone and tablet. And I'm just juggling. I'm just juggling trying to get in. So while that's happening, Best Buy is on standby, Amazon is on standby. GameStop starts to sell out. Then Best Buy opens up, Microsoft opens up, Microsoft gets locked, and their site starts to spit out an error. Best Buy starts to open up, and their standby page that we were on
Mm-hmm.
crashed. You might been able to get in, you might not. Then
Now,
The coup
pause.
This is,
While
this is a
that's
lot.
happening, while we get locked up, my boss's page switches to the cart,
Oh no.
and it's just loading and spinning. But he sees it in his
But
cart,
Yeah.
and it's just spinning and spinning. We go about business.
How heated were you?
him and I are
Maybe-
chatting while this is happening
Right.
too.
Maybe like 15 minutes later, he comes back. It loaded. It is bought.
So
He has a
what's his
Xbox.
We shouldn't say. All right.
So if he shows up in a lake or the Anacostia
Oh my goodness.
and his system is missing.
I actually like this boss, so no,
Oh, okay. Well then, maybe
And it's for his kids, so
it's
So
not even for him.
well, that's nice.
Yeah.
We can't be too mad.
I don't like kids. I'm kidding. I
Okay,
love
all right,
kids.
Says
so-
it's a lie.
So Amazon finally starts up, and this is the first progress that I had. I see the page.
Mm-hmm.
I click on the add to cart for pre-order. It goes. I just like I'm not doing anything else. I go right to the cart, proceed to check out,
it's empty.
and it's empty.
Oh yeah.
Literally.
And
Same
then-
thing.
Yeah.
And then dead. So in all of that,
Well, it did something different with me.
Oh.
I go back. It says unavailable. But I had two screens open. I click the other one. It's available. Click it, and I refresh the last one. the last one switches over to available. So it's like that portion just completely crashed.
It was just Amazon was just hit hard. So the last thing to wrap up this story, because this is the whole eclipse of it. Both Sony and Microsoft have publicly apologized because of how bad the launch went. Sony has started to trickle out more pre-orders, and Microsoft has made it known that they are holding systems so that way they can, over time, release some more pre-orders, but also have some available for launch day in November. So, with all that being said,
But you also know that there were people that ended up ordering Xbox One.
oh yeah, that was the other part. That was the other part. That was the other part.
Yeah.
Well, since you jumped into it, I'm going to go ahead and finish off with that. So the other part of it was Amazon experiencing a 750% increase on sales for the Microsoft Xbox One X, which is this current generation system, which ultimately is old. And a lot of people purchased it, and I hope they get refunds because that was just pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
But who knows? We'll see. But wrapping up on this, this week was really interesting as far as games go, and I feel bad for all of the people that missed out. It's been a trying year. The last thing you need is to be defeated by not getting a console that you've been waiting for.
Were you defeated, Tim?
I'm heartbroken. I'm disappointed.
Okay.
But such is life. Trust me, it will be in my entertainment center
I'm
at
defeated.
some point.
So I'm financially distraught. So you probably won't see me with a PS5 or an Xbox until this time next year.
Well, you never know. You never
I was
know.
gonna say, look what I just got donated to me. I know
Who
it's
finna
old.
donate?
I
You
know,
know
it's,
what?
No, but like,
If somebody wants to
I know
donate,
it's old. I know it's old, but look, I just got a PS3
if
donated.
somebody wants to donate
Nobody's donating
a
a PS5.
PS5
Nobody's donating a PS5.
Or-
People ain't even donating
You-
Sega
or a
Genesis.
series,
You put it out there.
I'm putting it out there.
You put
if
it
you
out
want to
there.
donate a PS5 or a Xbox Series X or Series S to me, Christopher Akinola Mudupwe Akimbua,
Oh God.
please feel free to. I'm here for it. Thank you in advance.
There you go. You put it out there. Congratulations.
enough.
All right.
I have more of a chance of getting together with Chris Evans.
Oh, wait, another thing. It's for research purposes for class.
There you go. Yes, education.
Nice.
Education.
School
It's
should get
elevation.
one for you. It's part of your
Yeah, it's your
textbooks.
it's part of your degree
It's part of
program.
my degree program.
There you go.
Yes.
All right. So in that, it's time to end off our show the way we normally would do our show, which is our memes, the things that we are known for. And it's been a while, so let's see how this works out. Here we go. So,
That's jacked.
when my girlfriend says you can get a PS5 over her dead body, my girlfriend,
Being Gamora,
me,
being Thanos.
really, tears, GameStop cashier, they're not for him. This is so perfect.
It
I
is.
just
It
love
really is.
All right. So this post reached 7,055 people. It had over 918 bits of engagement, 131 reactions, 12 comments, 99 shares. And for the first time since we've been told to be home, it is now time for...
I was wondering if she was even
I know.
conscious.
I was like,
But I was like,
Make
oh,
it.
I see movement.
that don't mean nothing.
So, all right, let's give these shout outs. Vaughn, Jay, Chris, Juan, Andrew, Tim, Renz, Jenna. Oh man, it jumped on me.
Yeah,
See,
it did. That's
see, look
new.
at that. See,
Wow.
new Facebook.
That was a big jump.
Maybe you should just use the arrows.
Kobe,
The
Christopher.
arrow buttons.
I'm gonna try. Okay, all right, Christopher, Dyson, Gilbert, Albert, Francesca, Johan, Joshua, Hunter, Casey, Jules, Madison, Heather, Cameron, Mark, Robert, Keisha, Tyler, Christopher, Fernando, Zachary, Edgar Lee, Travis, Philip, Gilbert, DK, Joel, Ricky, Ryan, Richard, Dallas, Jacob, Eric, Joe, Jimmy, Lenny, Ryan, I hope it's Ryan, I don't know. Austin, sorry dude. Anderson, hey Anderson. Wade, Lucario, KJ, DJ, Chuck, Maxie, Shade or Sade, I think it's gonna be Shade. John, Manuel, Max, Irvin, Darnell, and it's jumping again. Oh my goodness, what is going on?
Which way did it jump?
I don't
You're
know.
at the bottom now.
Yeah, and, oh man.
Love y'all.
Yeah, I
Promise.
might have to just end it. I don't know where
What
our
hap-
last name is. This really jumped out. Okay, if you saw your name, thank you for participating.
You know
Yeah.
what? I
We
think
appreciate
I
you
think
all.
you were putting
Yes.
all of their names. I think
No.
that was all 154.
Yeah, but the thing is, the way it used to work is it only
just
is
show the 50.
it's show however many, and then it would just show like it says whoever the rest, and that's it.
I know.
But I think it loaded them all.
I think that's why I'm saying, like, that's why you kept going and going.
Oh.
I think he's hit 50 names.
Okay, so just so you know, I'm gonna change cameras. Just so you know, we're gonna try to figure this out.
2020 strikes again, ladies and gentlemen.
2020. That's all we gotta say.
God.
All right, so Leanne commented, "You know I'm not that evil," and I guess he's saying that to Christina. So I don't know, might be that evil. Who knows? All right, so I feel
Somebody replied.
I feel this. I feel this like hard. That's
The
just
whole thing, or like you remember your days at GameStop?
all of it. All of it. Oh, it's so bad. Okay, next one. Everyone from high school.
Yes.
I feel like
Yes.
this is like when we saw that other meme where, you know, like the anime characters like grew up and had kids and stuff, and then whatchamacallit from
Pokemon.
yeah, it was like,
And that's what he's literally
Yeah.
saying.
oh, he's
That's him trying to be the very best, like no one ever was.
It's about all them kids looking alike, though.
Yeah, that's a little uncomfortable.
So do they all have the same mama?
Well, it is,
What show was
Men
that?
in Black.
Yeah, true that.
Yes.
Okay, it's Men in Black.
Yes. All right. So I think this is kind of fun. We should talk about this a little bit. But all right, here we go. 12,932 people reached, 1,951 bits of engagement, 7 comments, 120 shares, 157 bits of reactions, and now it is time for as many as we can stand.
Shout out.
All right, so I'm gonna do as many as
Do until it jumps.
Yeah, there we go. All right.
There you go.
All right. Here we go. Thank you, John, Darius, Kiazi. I hope that's right.
I think it is Kiazi.
Okay, cool. Jake, Andrew, Patrick, Patrick Regular. That's a cool name. Renz again. Thank you. Jenna, Kobe, Ivana, Mike. Oh.
You're good, Mike.
Rick.
Rocio.
Thank you.
I'm
Rose.
guessing.
Da or DA.
Rose or Ross?
ROCIO.
Yeah. ROCIO. That's what I'm having trouble with.
Under it, Ross.
Yes, Ross. Yes. DA, Albert, Jennifer, Jesse, Zachary.
You sure that doesn't just say Dave?
Scott. Okay, it jumped. And all the rest of you, thank you so very much.
White flag waved. Give up.
Thank you for being a part of the channel and the page and everything that we do here.
And our technical difficulties.
And thank you, Facebook. All right, so let's read some comments. All right, so Alex says, looks like they all have the same baby mama
Yep.
to me.
That's what
There
I
you go.
said.
And then Alex continues, well, maybe it's not.
You get
it's not
it.
that.
You get a baby. You get a baby.
Awesome. Matt, if you're not playing Pokemon Revolution, what are you doing with yourself?
Having babies.
Having a life.
I don't know that I play Revolution either. I'm sorry, Matt. I don't know. I guess I'm not trying to be the very best that ever was. Sydney said, except it's this an engagement. Something's being missed. Lost in translation. Sorry.
I think
No,
they're
like getting
saying is
married.
babies and engagements.
Yeah, like people are having babies and getting engaged,
And we're playing
and
Pokemon.
we're playing video games.
Sorry.
Not engagements with the post.
Got it. All right, and then Ryan was like, I trained my daughters well, 7 years old, and now she's trying to be the best. So proud. So Ryan's like trying to be the best.
Like no one ever was.
That like no one ever was.
What?
That's the Pokemon theme song.
Oh, y'all know.
I want to be the very best.
Like no one ever was.
Doom, 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 doom.
To catch them is my real test. To train them is my cause.
Do, do, do.
I'll travel across the land, searching for a wine.
Doom, 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 doom.
Why are there harmonies?
The power that's inside. Pokemon, gotta get to.
Yeah, it's a DJ.
I know it's my destiny.
Pokemon, oh, you're my best friend.
In the world we must defend. Okay, I have to cut it because we already went overboard. We can't pay for it.
Wow.
Oh, well, we're really close now. Finish it.
You teach me.
I'll teach you Pokemon.
All right.
Yeah, there we go.
Satisfied.
I
Okay.
did not know I know that song. I did not know I knew that song.
All right. Last one to wrap this thing up. So, good teamwork. All right. So, let's see if we can make this bigger because it's a little hard to see. Yeah. I'm going to try and. Oh, man. Come on, Facebook.
Let's do it. Let's do it. And doing it well.
All right. Cool. So, I got to admit, this was a good idea. I know, right? Okay. What am I missing?
Okay, so especially for those that are babies, the original Batman movie with Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
And Jack and Uncle.
He's nuts.
Oh!
You want to get nuts? Come on,
Oh, yeah.
let's get nuts.
Got it. Yeah.
Sorry, I just came to life.
It takes most people a minute, then they're like, oh.
Yeah, that's kind of a funny reference. All right, cool. So for the last meme of our first show coming back,
Nuts.
this post reached 14,620 people, had 3,193 bits of engagement, 67 reactions, 13 comments, 66 shares, and now it is
And
time.
a bag of nuts.
And a bag of nuts. And now it's time for.
Shout out.
All right,
She put
so
some sexy in that one, didn't she?
I know just a little girth in there, like oh. Just,
Not girth.
yeah.
Oh God.
You did the Pokemon this too. Like,
Yeah.
I do remember that.
Oh my
All
God.
right, Andy, Brandon, Sasha, I'm gonna say your last name, Roy, Patrick, Cassidy. Yes, your very unique name. Congratulations. Mark. Oh my goodness! Wow, that was
Wow,
so quick.
did you even
I got to like the third name.
did you even
Nah,
use the
I'm
scroll?
gonna do some names. This doesn't feel right. All right, Cesar, Jared, Kyle, Dan, Scott, Mark, Randy, Jamal, Steven, Sean, Rick, Christopher, Jared, Chuck, Joel,
That's his
Jose.
chunk.
Chunk.
That's
Did
what
I
you
say
call
Chunk?
You said chunk.
Oh,
Chuck,
okay.
'cause that's where he goes
Sorry.
Simpson.
Jose, Greg, Irvin, Mitchell, Jorge, Daniel, Isaiah, Richard, Chad, Joshua, Nathan, Alberto, EJ, Eric, Eduardo, Curtis, Todd, Eleanor, Brian, and we're going to stop right there and say thank you to everybody because this thing's going to jump on
We
me.
see it coming.
It was
Yeah.
it was getting ready.
I was gonna say I saw the little bar on the side disappear, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Uh-oh, nope."
Yep. All right. So some comments. Tim thought it was nice. Jared felt like it was a good one. Kyle, you want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. All right.
And then
There's-
you play "Let's Go Crazy" by Prince.
So Jason's like, there's a joke here I'm missing.
Didn't
and
you
then
literally just said that?
Jason.
Yes.
That's just perfect. Good assist. Thank you, Ian, for the assist. Let's see. As a Batman fan, I can't believe I forgot about this scene.
Thank you. That's exactly how I felt. That's why I was like, oh, as soon as I realized what it was.
All right, Dallas. Tim, I feel like you're the only person I know that would appreciate this. And Victor felt that it was classic. So, this is our new show.
New format.
This
Everything.
was
New
fun.
Facebook.
Yes, I had to say I think we discovered something new, just like with everything else in 2020.
Oh my God.
Everything is new and different.
So's my hair.
Yes, your hair is a lot.
Got
My
to.
hair's new.
I likes it. We
Hey.
got to share our feelings with the group
Yeah.
today.
It was a good therapy session.
It was good.
Is they
Good.
passing the what is it? Not the speaker stick. I can't remember what it is. You pass like a stick around, and whoever has a
Yeah,
stick.
the
Yeah, you-
speaking stick.
yeah.
stick.
Yes,
What?
Talking stick.
talking
Yeah.
stick.
Talking stick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good job with the assist.
Or if you're
Yeah.
on Lord of the Flies, you had the conch.
Nice tie into
This is
something we talked
true.
about earlier.
Yeah,
Chico.
man.
Yes, English teacher reference. Love it.
Good job.
Yeah.
All right. So this has been an experience. And again, I'm glad to see all of your happy, smiling faces as much as, oh man, why y'all doing like the kids smile, like say cheese and they just don't know what that's.
On
Okay,
Two-Face.
you look like Two-Face, yeah.
On Two-Face.
Yeah.
That's like how I do my Two-Face. That's what he looks like in Dark Knight.
Exactly.
Sexy.
All right, so let's close this thing out. All right, for Chris,
See you.
Kristen,
Wakanda forever.
Chico,
I think my back went out. Good night, everybody.
and for myself, Tim. Guys, it's great to see you. We can't wait to see you again. This is ILNL. Good job, guys.
That was good.
Yeah.
Claps and snaps. Y'all thought I was crazy. It worked out. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Him being on SNL.
That was funny.
I am assuming this is a white woman.
Yeah, what about what was it with the food?
Yeah, it was like she made the potato salad.
Yes,
Yeah. White woman, and she may be putting something in it that does not go like
Raisin.
yeah.
And I assume it is not seasoned properly.
Yes. It's like, oh my gosh, this is so